Slytherin. All day. Noon is Voldemort.
What happens when Hollywood's golden couple, a duo adored by millions for both their on-screen chemistry and off-screen romance, becomes the center of a swirling rumor mill? What if whispers of disagreement and creative conflict creep into the story, threatening to rewrite the fairy tale we've all been following? Zendaya and Tom Holland, the beloved stars of Marvel's Spider-Man franchise and real-life partners, have long been seen as the kind of couple that just makes sense. Effortlessly stylish, incredibly talented, and intensely private, their relationship has become a symbol of stability in an industry that seems to thrive on chaos. But in recent months, murmurs have grown louder, claims that a rift may have opened between them over a film project, a supposed public dispute. The story spread like wildfire, igniting speculation, fueling fan theories, and capturing the imagination of tabloids everywhere. But what's the truth behind these headlines? Was there really a disagreement? Or is this just another chapter in the never-ending saga of media misrepresentation, where silence is mistaken for distance and professionalism is painted as conflict? Let's peel back the layers and explore how a relationship so rooted in mutual respect and admiration became a canvas for public fiction, and what it tells us about the way we view celebrity culture today. The origin of the alleged dispute was almost laughably mundane. Zendaya attended a major premiere without Tom Holland at her side. That's it. That single detail, her solo walk down the red carpet, sparked the earliest whispers. Fans noticed, journalists speculated, and suddenly, a narrative began to take shape. Was Tom jealous of her success? Was Zendaya moving on to bigger, bolder projects that left Tom in the dust? Had they grown apart professionally, even if still together personally? Tom Holland, to his credit, addressed the question swiftly and simply. In a brief interview, he explained his absence. "It's not my moment," he said. "It's her moment, and if we go together, it becomes about us." Just like that, the imagined tension dissolved. Tom wasn't sulking in the shadows or nursing a bruised ego. He was deliberately stepping back to let his partner have her moment. A gesture of respect, not resentment. But in our click-driven culture, facts often lose out to fiction. Even after Tom's statement, the rumor refused to die. The idea of a public dispute was too compelling. It fit too perfectly into a narrative we've seen play out again and again. Two stars rise together, fall in love, and then drift apart under the weight of fame and ambition. Hollywood loves a good rise and fall story, but real life, especially when it's grounded in love and maturity, rarely follows the script. Still, the speculation persisted. Every public appearance, or lack thereof, was analyzed under a microscope. When Zendaya gave interviews for her upcoming film challengers, fans scoured every sentence for clues. Was she sending a message? Why didn't she mention Tom by name? Why wasn't he in the front row? Meanwhile, Tom's quieter public presence added fuel to the fire. He wasn't tweeting about her latest success, wasn't seen arm in arm on the red carpet, wasn't gushing in interviews. To some, that silence looked like distance. But to those who followed their relationship closely, this behavior wasn't out of the ordinary. In fact, it was exactly in line with the way they've always operated. Zendaya and Tom Holland have been fiercely private about their personal life since the beginning. Their relationship wasn't even confirmed until they were photographed kissing in a car, a moment that felt more like a violation of privacy than a publicity stunt. Since then, they've given the public just enough: a few sweet Instagram posts, some playful banter in interviews, a quiet handhold at an event. But no oversharing, no reality show, no press tour built around their romance. That restraint has always been part of their appeal. In an era where celebrity couples often monetize their love stories, Zendaya and Tom have remained grounded. They've kept their relationship sacred, away from the spotlight, even when working on the biggest blockbusters in the world. So when they don't show up together at every event, it's not news. It's normal, but normal doesn't sell. So the story twisted. Suddenly, their quiet professionalism became fodder for conflict. Tabloids began to question their creative alignment. Zendaya's career has exploded in recent years. From Emmy-winning performances in Euphoria to leading roles in Dune and Challengers, she's become one of the most sought-after talents in the industry. She's also a fashion icon, a producer, and a voice for her generation. Meanwhile, Tom has taken a more measured approach, stepping back from the spotlight to focus on personal growth and careful project selection. To some, that looked like imbalance. But is it really? Or is it just two people at different points in their creative journeys, supporting one another without competition or comparison? Insiders say it's the latter. Those close to the couple describe their relationship as strong, supportive, and deeply respectful. They don't need to be in the same room to be on the same page. And they certainly don't need to prove anything to the public. In fact, rather than drifting apart professionally, the two are reportedly gearing up for another on-screen reunion, a high-profile project that could once again unite their talents in a powerful way. According to early reports, Zendaya and Tom Holland are both being eyed for roles in Christopher Nolan's upcoming adaptation of The Odyssey. If confirmed, this project would be a massive shift from their previous collaborations. No masks, no web-slinging, no teenage angst. Just two world-class actors stepping into an epic, mythological world under the direction of one of cinema's greatest auteurs. That's not the story of a couple falling apart. That's a story of evolution. But it raises a deeper question. Why are we, the public, so eager to believe in conflict? Why do we assume that success, particularly for a woman, must come at the cost of her partner's ego? Why do we frame professional independence as emotional separation? Part of it comes from conditioning. We've seen too many celebrity relationships crumble under the weight of spotlight and scrutiny. For every Zendaya and Tom, there's a dozen couples who couldn't make it work. So we expect failure. We anticipate drama. And when we don't get it, we invent it. Zendaya and Tom Holland are writing their own story. Not for the tabloids, not for the headlines, but for themselves. And if we really care about authenticity, we should celebrate that. The next time Zendaya walks a red carpet alone, or Tom skips a premiere, let's not assume the worst. Let's consider the possibility that their relationship isn't fragile, it's simply private. And in today's world, that's not a weakness. That's strength. Because when you strip away the flashbulbs, the Twitter threads, the endless speculation, what's left is what really matters. Two people building a life together, supporting each other from the wings, and not needing to prove anything to anyone but themselves. And that, more than any tabloid drama or imagined dispute, is the story worth telling. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the real story behind the headlines, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more. We'll keep exploring the stories that matter, not just the ones that trend, because sometimes the truth is even more powerful than the rumor. Thanks for watching, and remember, in a world full of noise, it's worth listening just a little closer.